Thank you for staying with us. When you hear Cross River State, what comes to your mind first? Did I hear? I'm not sure I heard you say tourism, but whether if that is something or something else, I guess we'll hear from our guest this morning to let us in on developments in Cross River State. Honorable Erasmus Ekpa joins us this morning. He is the River State Commissioner for Information. Thank you for joining us. Cross River State. Cross River State Commissioner for Information.
Yeah.
I hope that confusion is not very rampant.
Some are rampant, but we stand as Think Cross River State. It's Cross River State, not Rivers. But it's rampant to some extent. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we prefer that Cross River State.
Well, it is Cross River State.
Not Rivers State.
It is Cross River State. So, the question that I asked the viewer first, what is the USP? What would you say is the unique selling proposition for Cross River State?
Cross River State for now, and like we all know, first Calabar being first capital of Cross River State, basically tourism. Our unique nature, simplicity, hospitable, and it's tourism, basically tourism. So we keep it clean, neat, beautiful. For tourism to thrive and many other.
So this administration is been in office for how long now, just to be clear?
Just about a year, about a month, a year, thereabout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there are those who will be wondering what has it been like so far, how far?
Yeah, the administration so far now has a total outlook change for Calabar and Cross River State. The administration led by Senator Prince Aide to actually came to consolidate on the gains of its previous administrations. Not actually bringing out what's new, because when we actually abandon and let go of some infrastructures laid from the past administrations, it means that we're wasting our taxpayers' money. So he's actually, he actually came to fix Cross River State, get it back to, the glory, Cross River State as one of the best tourist places, very neat place, and, very, calm place even when it comes to, security and all that. So a lot of overhauling going on. Most of the infrastructures, buildings, mostly the ministries and all that were actually built far or not before 20-something, about 20 years ago, thereabout. So the administration of Senator Prince Bassett actually came to, repair, renovate, and, construct new, edifice. Our government houses, as I speak at the moment, His Excellency is actually using a makeshift office. He has not moved to the real governor's office yet. Some kind of renovations going on. Government lodges too, and then some ministries are actually doing renovations. The State Library, we are renovating the State Library. It was, down and out for a very long time. For more than 10 years, the library was not functioning. It was just an edifice. It just gone rotten. But we're actually putting it back to that. The stadium, you remember that most of the Super Eagles matches were played in Calabar, in the stadium then, but now somehow it goes to Akwa Ibom, Uyo, stadium. So we're trying to actually get all back. And then the roads were not too in a good shape. We had a lot of, bad roads, potholes. After a while, these roads actually need maintenance. So actually that's what we're doing. We're actually constructing new road and maintaining the old one. Then we had issues of street lights, the basic street lights we know about. Now what is almost in vogue is the solar lights, where by the grace of God, not only in Calabar, we had put total lights so that even at the midnight or even at the night, you can actually see everywhere is very, very bright. And then we had this destruction during the NSAS. Our traffic traffic lights, our bus stops. We have fixed all bus stops, so it's very, very unique now that actually commuters would actually, disembark from a bus stop, and then the traffic lights were not working anymore for almost 4 years thereabout. That is perfect now, but not just in Calabar, even in the central axis of the Cross River State, and then the north. And we have the CIC International Convention Center, where, if you recall very well, some years back we hosted Miss Africa during the Miss Africa or thereabout. A lot of NIFED's activities were always, a very big hall that can actually take up to 5,000 to 10,000 persons and all that. That was totally charted, destroyed, a lot of things charted away. The administration of Senator Prince Bachedo actually fixed that up now. So most of our meetings, we hold them there now. It's back to life. A lot of other edifices that were totally, down and out, we actually, brought them back. And the roads right now, as I speak to you, we are even resurfacing some other areas like the Calabar Highway, which is supposed to be the highway of a federal road going out. We're actually resurfacing those roads. Even the axis of Calabar Itu Road, where, for Cross River State, we almost had a one-way in, apart from the water, the water site is totally in a bad shape. Even as I speak at the moment, CEMAC or something is the construction firm, but the state thought it wise to actually, do some, measures to make the road a bit, motorable in other ways, even compensating, people that their places will be destroyed and all that. So we are actually trying to, going back even to the ranch, we are working on the ranch, work is ongoing. The ranch is actually, it's good, it's working, but we have a company that's actually handling the dairy farms. We're trying to fix everywhere, even the cargo airport. He is just trying to get everything to work. You understand? So that we actually open doors for investors to thrive, and investors will not actually come to a place that is not, okay or looking good. But we have actually made Calabar, Metropolis, Cross River State, ready for business to thrive, and a lot of good things happening. Like, if you're aware, we'd done like 3 summits. Coming in, we saw that Cross River State was not a productive state. We're actually dependent on the FACT allocation, and for Cross River State, we're about the 3rd lowest. So we actually had nothing after losing 76 oil wells. So we actually had to, cry out to investors to actually tell them we are good, we are open for business, we are ready to go. And then we had an economic summit, healed some results, some still in the pipeline. We had some agreement, MOU signs and all that. And then we didn't stop at that. We had an energy summit too. Foreign investors came in. And then after that, His Excellency had a roundtable, a roundtable summit with ambassadors of European ambassadors and all that, which, by the grace of God, it actually yielded a huge result where we just some few weeks back, His Excellency was my principal was in Egypt to sign a $3.5 million deal for Afrimex from Afrimex Bank and all that for the deep sea port and other projects that will come up. So I think. Cross River State, it's bright. Cross River State is open for business. We have the slogan, Think Cross River. About us, we love ourselves and we're good to go. And don't forget, His Excellency's mantra is the people's first. So we're actually embarking on this project that will touch the people's lives. Where you have not just the rich, the commoner, the middle, the roads are good. Street lights, everybody go through all that. So we're actually embarking on this project that will touch the people, the common people.
Now, already, someone is quite excited about the fact that you mentioned the Calabar Itu road right now, but it's a little disturbing, isn't it? That's about the only road that major road that goes into the city.
Yeah, it's honestly, I tell you, it's quite disturbing. And for me personally, it's more quite disturbing for me because I applied that road. It was cleared by His Excellency almost every 2 weeks. My family lives in River State, Port Harcourt till today, because I served there and I started my life there before the then Governor, Senator Ben Aide, got me into politics back in Calabar. So it's quite disturbing for me because it's always you always have to do the way until you keep some very huge amount of money for your car once you reach Port Harcourt and once you go back, and it's really bad. And we have cried to the government. thank God for Mr. President at the moment where the Lagos-Calabar coastal route is being approved and work has started. And by the grace of God, the Minister for Works will be in Calabar tomorrow for a town hall meeting with chiefs and all that for us to address that issue. And I think that would be faster because when the Senate President, His Excellency Govt came to Cross River State, he actually promised us that in less than 2 weeks for the South-South stakeholders meeting, that route, they will start the coastal road in phases, not just starting only from the Lagos axis. And as I speak with you, that is why the Minister for Works is actually going to start. Otherwise, that road is totally down on that. Sometimes you spend 5 hours, you spend 10 hours, and we always have this story of the terrain is very bad, it's a waterlogged area, they keep, reconstructing. Most times you spend like 4 or 5 hours on that road, and it's really, really bad. Okay. So a lot of people have now, started using the waterways. So you can imagine coming to Cross River State, to some extent, you would actually go through Oron to travel to Cross River State, where a lot is happening in Cross River State right now. You understand? So it's really bad, and I thank God that the government is actually looking into it.
Now, talking about development in Cross River State, one of the major issues you've mentioned is that of infrastructure, and there are those who would actually applaud the fact that the government is doing something about that. But then you also raise the issue of IGR being, disturbingly dismal. What are the potential in Cross River State that you are inviting investors to come and help explore? Because when investors come, they till all the ground and everything, it's the state that still enjoys from it.
Well, for us, Cross River State, we have about 1.8 hectares of variable land. Most of these investors are actually looking into agriculture. And with that, for us to get prepared, to receive these investors, we have actually done a soil testing, soil mapping survey, and that has been concluded, well done. So for us to actually know, the kind of crops, that tribes wear. And then outside that, we have actually the farm roads. We have a lot of plantations, oil palm plantations. You're aware that many years back, a seedling was actually pulled out from Calabar to Malaysia, where they actually do well with that now. So we have a lot of we have the urban plantations, the Akampa, plantations, even in the Boki axis and all that. And then we're trying to actually bring them in to, look at the areas where so we are prepared ourselves. Like most of our farm routes have been constructed and are, working. And then basically it's just about agriculture. Apart from the fact that we are actually, our IGR so far with the new team on board has done very well by some level of increase in our IGR. We're looking at, even in the energy sector also, we are also trying to see how they can actually come into, build 1 or 2 plants. We are trying to look at the special agro processing zone. We had some benefits. Cross River State looked at during the African Development Bank, where about $540 million or thereabout was actually, Cross River State was lucky to be part of those, states to benefit from that.
So how is that going?
Yeah, it's actually, there's one thing with the MOUs, the agreements and all that. There's another thing with the implementation, which actually will take some time, but we're good to go. We are very okay, so we are prepared ourselves to actually receive this inspection. Like I said, mostly on the agriculture, I said, we have done so much, we have commenced a lot of, we've collaborated with the Nigerian Institute of Oil Palm Research.
Just a second, on the SAPZ that you mentioned, I'm curious because I'm actually personally very interested in that particular project because it will seriously galvanize our agricultural capacity exponentially.
Definitely.
So what I know is that the project is government-enabled, private sector-driven.
Yeah.
What's the plan in Cross River State?
Yeah, for now we are done like 13,000 hectares of land cleared and prepared. His Excellency for 29th of May, one of the flagships was doing a 2,000 hectares somewhere in Udupani and all that. We, like I told you initially, we're just so prepared, waiting to receive that, because we didn't want to guess to know if pineapple or cocoa thrive here. So we're done a soil test, soil mapping, concluded and all that. So we're actually waiting for when, the businesses of the day, the fund starts thriving in them, we'll actually know where we apply it. So we have those investors, people from those zones actually coming to inspect to see that yes, we're really the soils are fertile, we're prepared. We actually know that we're going to go through a lot. We're going to do a lot of the value chain of maize, cassava, rice, even the cow fodder or something, and all that. So all we needed to do was just to keep a serene environment, prepare the environment, very conducive environment for investors to thrive. And like I told you, we've flagged up, we've cleared, we are doing a lot of land preparations, and clearing, awaiting, such deals to come. And I believe by the grace of God, once 1 or 2, 3 of those deals end, across the state would boom. And besides that, we're thriving, we're trying. His Excellency is poised to actually look at some of our boundary issues too. When the National Boundary Commission visited, we actually appealed to them to revisit the issues of our oil well, because we can't be cross river and we are totally out of 76 oil wells.
The cash cow, so to speak, for Cross River State right now, as you said earlier, is tourism. Yeah, tourism. Tourism will naturally go with the culture of the people. How is that going? How are the people carried along in that particular one? Because when people come, it's the people that they're coming. When people come from outside of Cross River State, it's the people of Cross River State that they're going to interface with.
Yeah, for tourism, we just, at least our biggest space for tourism is the Carnival Calabar, which is about the biggest street party in Africa, I would say so. And that, to some extent, because of the COVID-19 and many other NSAS issues and all that, was played down, previously. But for now, we work it up. His Excellency Senator Prince Basedodo, a very thorough, man, knows how much the state benefits or gains from, terrorism issues. In less than 5-6 months, he came on board. I don't know if you visited Calabar last Christmas for, tourism, for the big carnival. It was well organized. I mean, that was just, 6 months to organize. But as I speak with you today, you understand, about 2-3 months ago, we have already, released a team for this year's carnival, which is shared prosperity. And, within this period, the people are so excited. They are happy. It's a free-for-all 30 days. Of full activities where hotels thrive. People, most times, people actually sell out their houses or rent their houses out. Businesses thrive. All these small-scale businesses will sell so much and all that. It adds so much to the economy of, Cross River State. So the people actually feel that impulse very well. And even at the moment now, we're even still creating, His Excellency, we're building more roads, inner roads, because for the carnival route of 12 kilometers that go around the Calabar Metro, the Calabar, Marian Road to highway and all that. We're actually building extra routes. Now, we're well prepared for this season, which by the grace of God, you're invited. We are now building inner roads that would actually, because some wouldn't want you to be stranded because those roads are blocked. So we're bringing inner roads where you can actually still access your areas within the end and beginning of, Calabar. So I think it adds a lot to the people, because a lot of gains are made. The popularity, people are excited. Even if the last year's was just too much a bomb, and it was rated one of the best. And so you can imagine now we've started our preparations for this.
One of the things that is in jeopardy when such events happen is what some might, the environment is in a way at risk, because people are coming from external cultures and bringing theirs in. They may not know the way of life of the people that they are coming to meet, so to speak. So in terms of environmental sustainability, what's the plan? What's the current situation? I'm glad you are an environmentalist. Yeah. And I know that environmentalists are very fanatical about the environment.
No. For us, as I speak right now, Calabar itself is one of the cleanest towns in Nigeria. we have a very proactive Commissioner for Environment who, if I just want to go a bit broad, started by desilting, picking up the refuse. We actually look for refuse now to carry in Cross River State. Yeah, those dump sites you see refuse by the road. We actually look for, because we don't see, they are very, very proactive. And besides that, we have a team of environmental, sanitation workers that are actually very ready. From the last band that takes off during the carnival, they start sweeping, rearranging, the road. They sweep from the last band, you see them sweeping. They sweep the whole road. We sweep our roads every day. A lot of trees have been pruned, trimmed and all that. So we know how important that means to us. The water, sanitation, a lot of other aspects that has to do with visitors coming in, and the environmental aspect. We try our best to ensure that, we had actually kept ad hoc staffs waiting to, get everywhere clean and done with after the, carnival, process.
Okay. How about security? At the end of it all, investors coming, tourists coming to town, and everything, the infrastructure erected. At the end of it all, the sustainability of those things is based on security yeah. Both from the people and from the government. What are the threats and what are the plans?
I tell you the truth. We really don't have much or no security issues in Cross River State. Like I told you earlier on, we had a very high population of visitors that came into Cross River State. There was no issue or case of any robbery or kidnap during the kidnap. We are top notch when it comes to security. His Excellency had we first of all, in his wisdom, appointed retired major generals or AIGs to mount the state security advisors. So, they are very technical and that is their field. So we had employed some, gadgets where would actually, show us where we have very serious crime hotspots. You understand? We can actually detail a lot of things. Security issues are not meant to really tell you the secrets for criminal to thrive from your secrets. But as I speak with you, we are fine from every other thing. We have increased our checkpoints. We have a very good relationship with the security operatives. As I speak with you, we're actually trying to even renovate some of their edifices, where the DSS, the police, prisons, even the army, the state government is actually trying to renovate them, making them happy. Because most times when our security operatives are not too happy with the environment or where they are, even to actually go out to disseminate their work and all that will be very difficult for them. So for security, I think we're doing very well, security wise. And I have not really, for a while now, I've not really heard of any case of, kidnap, robbery and all that. And besides that, we have even gone ahead to chase these criminals to their hoods, because we actually, we have actually made a geo-mapping of the areas where we actually know, we have done some research to see where these crime hotspots are, the areas. We have cordoned those areas, the seas are cordons, and then we are actually even going to, some months back, we recovered some gun racketing, business deal somewhere in a local government called Lakampa. They were arrested, and I think they were charged to court. And then some 3 weeks ago, we actually, did the same. We got an information somewhere in the local government where we had, we're actually chasing them now to where they are, so that they actually totally go out. So we're doing a very great job when it comes to security. I'm
hoping that is satisfactory for the people.
Yeah, very, very well. They're excited.
Well, Victor Owo is saying on X, says, our first 4 years of marriage, his own marriage, we spent all our Christmas holidays in Calabar. I just put my family in my car and we go from Aide in the time of Governor Duke. We want that back. We want to come far from Aide this time. Please inform the Honorable Commissioner. You are hereby informed.
Victor, you're welcome. I'm inviting you to Calabar this Xmas.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank
Honorable
so
Erasmus Ekpang, Cross River State Commissioner for Information. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. You got the Cross River well this time.
Yeah. So, we are back right after this break with another conversation that you will find equally exciting. Stay with us.